Hey, welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have everybody here. Hope everyone's having a great Monday, which is hard to say because it's Monday, but it is what it is. Welcome to the Lunch Stream. This is where we hang out with you guys for the next hour or so. We will answer your questions. If you have questions, go ahead and put those in chat. We will get those scooped up. Make sure you put question in front of your statement. That being said, also give us a thumbs up on the video. It helps us spread the content out in the YouTube world. If you haven't subscribed already, why not? We put out a lot of live streaming. If you'd like to know when we're streaming, the best way to do that is to hit the subscribe button. We also have our Patreon set up. If you'd like to support us as a Patreon member, please do. We appreciate all our Patreons. We have a lot of cool stuff that we do for them as well as our VIPs in any form of capacity. We have the Super Chat function. You can donate there. We also have a sponsorship that you can do on YouTube for $4.99 a month. All right, so that's all the mechanisms out of the way. Let's introduce everybody and get this show on the road. Of course, joining me, we got a small crew today, but we're going old school. We've got Dr. Finn Medicine Woman here.
I'm the oldest of the old, boy.
We're OG, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Representing. Finn.
What?
And then the other third member of the trifecta that's here is also the big deal himself, the French tickler, the one and only Grande Papi Patron.
What's up? It's your boy, Lord Grande Verga Patron, coming at you with another...
Lloyd Grande. This is already starting off as a great Monday.
I know. I thought he was going to say loincloth. What's up? This is your loincloth Grande Patron.
When I wear a loincloth, it's a lordy loincloth.
He's going biblical. He's got the biblical under loincloth going on.
Nub.
Well, I mean, some people might find that attractive.
What's an underloin cloth?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
It's what you put on over your overloin cloth.
Okay.
I didn't realize there was a need for multiple different...
I was not aware of this either, Dr. Finn. I'm just throwing that out there. I guess we are learning stuff all day long. We're going to get your questions in. It's Weird News Monday, so we've got that ready to rock and roll. So,
Stanley, do you want us to read that?
What happened?
Stanley donated Super Chat.
Oh, hold on, let me update my live chat because it's...
I'll leave it to Stanley if he wants us to read that second one, but... Yeah.
Yeah! Stanley read, but well, obviously yes. If you put in super chat,
yeah, I know, but he said it before, but I don't know. I don't know. It's all personal stuff. I'm glad he's open about it, but still.
No, I'm going to read it because
okay. He has another one too above that.
He says first he donated $5. He says I'd like to thank the RSG crew and the viewers for letting me be part of this awesome community. I'll be back on Saturday to stream just cause 4, 3 p.m. Eastern. Cool. He's busy with school. Trust me, I'm busy with school. I understand what you're saying. And then he said, by the way, if anyone is curious, I'm bi, only date women. I outed myself earlier this year on the RSG Discord, but figured it's time to reiterate it. Yeah, we've known that for a while, Stanley. Finn's a vampire and Grande's not human, so...
Oh, yeah.
And
let's just be honest. Women are hotter, okay? So... He only dates women. I think that's smart. I mean, women are just hotter, except for the occasional Cristiano Ronaldo who's like a self-aggrandizing pretty boy. I mean, most of them, the women are hotter. Just saying. I'm putting that out there.
I don't know. It's whatever you like, whoever you like
whatever
dating.
you're into,
yeah,
man.
Go for it, brother. We are supportive of everything.
Anybody, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I am into Jessica Alba. I'm just saying that.
I can't blame you with that, Finn. We all have our likes and dislikes and tastes and stuff.
And Mila Kunis.
I'm into my wife. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's totally fine too. Yeah.
I am not because I don't want Grande to kill me.
Yeah. I mean, we can't steal your wife because Grande would be sad. So.
Yeah, no, and all of his prison's friends will like shank me at some point. Yeah, I don't
not. All right.
Grande has prison friends. You know it. Too.
I know, but I know I don't fear them, but I know Finn. I can understand.
I fear them.
Yeah,
I fear women and people in prison and pretty much anyone that breathes and most things that breathe too. I'll go there. If it breathes, I'm afraid of it.
Yeah, but I had a thought and I lost it. Never mind. I started yawning because I'm still trying to wake up. Coffee's not kicked in yet. But we got a roster review today, and we do these as much as we can every day. Sometimes we do more, but today we're doing Alarin Koda's profile, and they are in Dark Lord's race.
And Grande's here!
Yeah, and Grande's actually here. Yay! Oh, God.
I'm trying to get to it so y'all can talk amongst yourselves while I get to it.
I'll give you a topic. The Holy Roman Empire was neither Holy Roman or an empire. Confirm. Long story short, I've had it filled more to Mike Zoink. Dr. Finn will do all the talking.
I miss Coffee Talk. That was a good segment.
We'll 555-4444. Give us a call. We'll talk. No big whoop.
Actually, it's RSG 4 Revan with 2 V's. And that is a real number, by the way.
Finn, did you see Grande's legs in the pull boy outfit? It was like butter.
Oh, God.
Like that 2 shining sticks of butter.
That's hairy butter. We ain't dealing with no hairy butter. Just saying.
All right.
Okay.
What is old Alarin?
I don't know if he wants a roster review after all that, but in any case, we're doing it anyway. So he just recently started watching our roster reviews and stuff. So the main stuff that he's looking for is a general roster review, who to focus on farming on, heroic Sith, trying to see if he is ready for it, and any tips on Arena. And he does want to give a shout out to Dark Lords, as he is the Wraith's guild leader. So shout out to Alarin Koda for being the guild leader of the race.
All right. So let's start with his Arena teams running Palpatine Vader, Nihilus Thrawn, and Scion. Standard Sith team. No Traya, obviously. But solid team. That's all gear 12. Not assuming, looking at the mods, kind of tracking his PvP rank. He has been dropping a lot. Now, I don't know if that's because of life or anything, or just his team. Maybe his mods we could work on, but I do know that Revan and Traya is really... I'm sure that's having some kind of impact as well. So let's start going through his roster review. If you want to start looking at mods, then we can kind of take it from there. Because he did mention Heroic Sith team. So let's do a general look at his roster and then look through the main 4 teams. Get some idea, kind of get some sense of what we're looking at.
Grande, do you know where the Wraiths are in terms of Heroic Sith?
Yeah, Grande. Yeah.
His roster, just looking at it, looks pretty solid potentially for Heroic Sith. So I'm just wondering if his guild is doing it and he just needs like a little while away.
Wraiths is not right now, but really will be roster. Soon. They're on the radar of moving that way. I just realized earlier what their guild GP was, and I was like, how is Wraiths not? How are they? We just need to throw a couple coaches in there, and give them some attaboys, and kind of help them pick their teams and show them a couple videos, and they can get there, in my opinion, right? Yeah. So it just...
I mean, his roster is solid. His roster looks very ready for Heroic Sith.
Well, I mean, they're 152 million.
Yeah, they're 152.
I've seen them as much as 160-something million. So in my opinion, they're ready to go. We just, Dark Lord's leadership as a whole just needs to have enough bandwidth where we can do it.
Well, 900 guilds, you better get some more bandwidth, Grande.
I just got off a call with that about more bandwidth. So, that's what we do, right?
I don't know. I'm not a Dark Lord. Speak for yourself, homie.
Well, you should be. That's a great thing. You should be.
No, I shouldn't. Get your monkey ass out of here. You had your chance at me a long time ago, Grande, and you blew it.
Oh, man. But in all honesty, it does. If you're someone who thinks that you could help out with bringing a guild to HSR, by all means, drop us a line, and you could potentially help Wraiths or help one of these other guilds.
Sure.
Get to HSR. It'd be a lot of fun. I find it fun to help guilds get to HSR.
I agree. All right.
And Hideous is saying, your other better half, Grande, Hideous is saying to DM him on Discord for more information. So Grande Hideous is in full effect.
Grande Hideous. Hideous, without a doubt, is my.
We'll call him.
I think that's our third.
We'll call him.
I think Dane was saying that's his
Grandius.
third favorite swgoh couple.
Grandius. How can we combine the name? Grandius.
It's Grande Hideous. It's Grande Hideous, Finger J 1999. Those are the top two recognized.
Or it's Lord Patron. Or Darth Patron.
Darth Grande.
Oh God, we have a British sighting.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh look, everybody! It's Mike Hunt. He's joined us on the review. Mike, what's going on, buddy?
Oh mate, one of my offspring brought in the plague.
Which one was it? Was it Swear? I think it was
to...
Dancy, because doesn't she do like schoolwork and stuff with all those little children and stuff?
Yeah. I think it was dancing, stroke driving.
Take one to the doctor again for that same thing.
Yeah, she says that they're
Same
all
thing.
full of it. Yeah.
Well,
I'm always. Yeah, I feel. If it's any consolation, I feel worse than I sound.
Oh, that's not a consolation, Mike. What's wrong with you?
But I mean, you're Mr. Weasley. You can fix yourself with your wand. Fine.
Yeah, apparently I'm not allowed to do much with my wand on myself nowadays.
Yeah, one should never play with his own wand.
No.
That's it.
That's science right there.
Insist on playing with the wand instead.
All right,
oh God, I'm just thinking of the full
Security
statement.
can't solve crucial problems.
My con should not play with his wand.
Yeah, that's science.
Your name is awesome. Okay, so getting back to the roster review.
Well, I'm looking at Phase 1 team set, all gear 12, resistance, good to go. So then we go to... I want to look at his Jedi because that's a really solid team to use for Phase 2. So let's filter and go to Jedi. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to have everything we need for Heroic Sith. But I just want to make sure. We may find something that's not quite there. Yeah, Hermit Yoda's gear 10. Probably going to get him to gear... He's fine to gear 10. You do need to get the Zeta on him. But he can run the Bastila team. 7-star Bastila with the Zeta. Grandmaster Yoda, gear 12 with the Zeta. Got Ezra, got Kenobi. I mean, that's a solid team. And if you want to run more damage, you got your Sith team. And you can just run Annihilate till the cows come home. See if he's got a Wampa. Well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like Bastila team in Phase 2 more than I do the Wampa team. They're both really good. What do you think, Dr. Finn?
Yeah.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is. I do like the position of his Bastila team. He does need to obviously gear Bastila a little bit more.
She's 11. Yeah, she's 8. She needs to get to 11. Hermit probably 11 too, just to be safe. But it's a great team. I mean,
it is.
That little hermit frog goes just create Grandmaster Yoda just hopping around and 3-4 million damage later, like wee.
Where are the rest of his rebels for potential machine gun Leia for Phase 2?
I'd rather run Jedi than machine gun Leia.
Well, he could run both, right? Because Hermit Yoda will transfer, and there's no other Jedi on the machine. Well, I guess General Kenobi, but you could potentially use it.
Look for his Wampa for me.
His Wampa's 5-star, so his Wampa is not eligible
so that's out, yeah. Well, we got Sith and we got the Jedi team. That's 2 solid teams right there.
That's true.
So, I mean, Rebels would just be the worst case scenario. His guild's in trouble. And
does he have visas?
I didn't see visas.
Because the reason I'm looking for visas is because potentially the guild is struggling in Phase 1. I didn't see how many...
Well, Akbar's 12, Leia's 11, so...
Well, what I'm saying is if it's Phase 1 that they're struggling, he may need to run Yodalicious in Phase 1 instead of his Jedi in Phase 2.
True. In
order to compensate. But his Visas Mar is only 5-star, so he doesn't quite have the Yodalicious team. So, so Phase 1 is Jedi Training Rey, and then Phase 2, you can run Bastila. And then you can also run Machine Gun Leia as kind of a secondary team. If you're putting Kenobi with your Bastila team... what would his Bastila team be? in Phase 2. That's interesting. Because he does have a lot of Jedi set up for Phase 2. So definitely focusing on damage, right? So I don't know. What would you think as his Phase 2 Bastila team? Besides just Jedi, is there a particular team?
I like Bastila with Hermit Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda, Ezra, and Kenobi. It's a really, really, really good team. It does a ton of damage. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, the only team better with Jedi is Revan. Don't have Revan, so I mean, you're getting the extra attacks with Ezra. Kenobi does his thing. It's just constantly getting Hermit Yoda Grandmaster Yoda just to hop around like an idiot and just do crazy amounts of damage. You use Bastila, you send him. You use Ezra, you send him. I mean, Kenobi does his big hit. I mean, it does a ton of damage with that team. That's why it's really, really good. So I would stick with that team.
Because the only downside is that then you have a hard time running the Machine Gun Leia. Now, you'll get a solid damage team with your Bastila with that team. So it's not like it's a huge negative, because you're going to gain a lot of upside with the damage from that team. Your Machine Gun Leia is going to lack tanks to support her. Because you'd be running Akbar lead with Princess Leia, Hermit Yoda, and then you need tanks. Kenobi is not a rebel, which is his benefit. Your old Ben is only gear 10, so you can't really put him on the Bastila squad for something very solid. So, you have a gear 11 shore trooper, which is good, but then you're lacking another solid tank, so you might end up just putting in something else.
Well, he needs Wampa, he needs some other pieces. Let's stick with his first option is the Jedi team.
Yeah.
And then second, if you need to put some more damage out the Sith team, because the Annihilate team could do some solid damage as well, so that'll really help his guild out in Phase 2. Then we look in Phase 3, we got some work to do. Han Solo, OG Han is gear 11, does have the Zeta. We need to get him to 12 and that bayonet on him. Chirrut is 7 stars, but gear 8. Not too worried about that. You probably want to get him to gear 11 as well, because he's an essential part of that cog.
He's also very good in general, so he's worth really the
good.
gear.
So's Baze. Baze is 7 star,
but not in this 7. Team, just in general.
No, just in general. Those two, with the.
So team comp, by the way, when we're reviewing this, is CLS, Han Solo, either Chirrut or Chewbacca, but your Chewbacca is only 5 star or 6 stars, so we'll take a look at your bounty hunters. But CLS, Han Solo, Chirrut, Pow is 1. You can potentially use Anakin, and I did see that your Anakin is 7 star gear 12, so you have that. And then lastly is Death Trooper. So those would be kind of the team.
Yeah, let's filter and look at his Death Trooper real quick.
Yeah, and his POW is 7 star gear 8, which is pretty much all you need. You just have to review the modding and make sure that he's high on offense with the correct speeds that you need. And if you don't know, let me find it again really quick, and I'll put it in the chat. But there is a guide for Phase 3 Chex Mix on Reddit that does kind of go through everything you need in terms of the speed. And it's a really handy resource to kind of keep. And I'm putting it in the chat, so when you go back, you'll be able to find it. And if you want, you can also message me, and then I can...
Oh, wow, his troopers are disgusting. Gear 12. Yeah, Death Troopers gear 12, Stark 12, Varys 12.
Hooray!
Range Trooper 12.
Hooray!
Magma 12, Shore Trooper 11, 7 stars.
Hooray!
And then Snow Troopers is 7. All his troopers are 7 stars. No, so Stormtrooper 7 stars. Gears. Nah, I'm not worried about that. He's a good little tank, but yeah, I understand your priority. And Snow Troopers gear 9, so maybe get him to 11. But I mean, you've got the other 5 that are just disgusting with Shore at 11. So, whew, no problems there. But yeah, you just get Han a little bit up, and then Chirrut with some gear, and you're set on the Phase 3 team. You'll do some crazy damage, especially with them being gear 12. God, and you only need to get Chirrut to 11. Don't worry about him getting to 12. I mean, eventually you want to take him to 12, but at least 11, just for survivability, because you really want him to be able to live through, because he can get targeted, and you want to make sure you get that tenacity buff up and stuff. So then we'll go to his bounty hunters after we check his Night Sisters here, because the Phase 4 team is, of course, the Night Sisters. And let's look how they look.
They're solid.
Well, Gigi's not cooperating with me.
So he has a Gear 12 double Zeta Asajj. He has a Gear 12 7-star Zeta Talzin, Gear 11 Zombie, Gear 12 Daka, and Gear 12 Talia. Yeah, he's pretty much ready.
Okay, so Night Sisters are, they're really, really good. I have no problem with this lineup either. Talia, look at that. It's gorgeous, Fit. It's just gorgeous.
It is.
And
so you are ready, my friend, for Heroic Sith. You have something in basically every single squad. You have a bunch of extra damage you can throw when it comes to Phase 4 and the clearing. So if we'll take a look at your mods, but if you're efficient with these teams, you're solid. So you have all the 7-star characters you need. Let's take a look at your mods. And I'm going to go to the mods.
Well, I'm looking at his Bounty Hunters, Boba Fett Gear 12, IG-88, Gear 11, 7-star. Worst Thing's got a Zeta Gear 11. She's 5-star. Must be working on her. Cat Bane, 7-star Gear 10. Greedo, 7-star Gear 9. Same thing with Dengar. Bosk is 9, 6-star. I think he's working on that one. Jango Fett's 4-star.
Because reminder, guys, we do think that the original Millennium Falcon is going to come out this month, and there's a high likelihood that Chewie will come out with it, because Chewie is probably going to be a pilot. So make sure that you do start working on your bounty hunters if you haven't, to try and get them to 7-star so you can get that 7-star Chewbacca this time around, so you have the pilot for that Millennium Falcon. So just keep that in mind.
But yeah, all in all, solid roster, just with characters and stuff. I mean, some gear stuff here and there, but not farm-wise. My goodness.
Before we jump to mods, then, how are his Old Republic?
Let's look. Let's look at them.
Because we do need to make sure that he is working towards
he's
working.
Yeah, he's working on getting ready for Chewie, which is good. And let's look at Old Republic.
Okay, so Old Republic does have some work. It looks like he's working on it, but I would like to see a little bit of a better pace on him. His Zalbar is 6-star, so that's good. His Jolee is 5-star, so you could easily use fleet currency in order to do Jolie's node and catch him up. So you're good kind of on the hard nodes. What I'm seeing, though, is your mission is 4-star and your T3 is 5-star. So I would start working on those very quickly. We need to get you higher in arena so you can get a little bit of a better crystal income, and then potentially you can start doing some of the 100 crystal refreshes of Cantina energy as well. So we need to start pushing up your Old Republic, especially right now, because it is important to start getting them up. Yeah. So that would definitely be something to start farming kind of immediately for you.
Did we lose Grande or Mike? They're being very quiet. It's scaring me, Finn.
Grande is muted.
I'm here. I just have to take a kid to the doctor.
No, well, yeah, so that's priority. Yeah, well, okay. We didn't know where you were at that status.
No, sorry.
I just had a massive sneezing fit, and I didn't think you'd appreciate hearing that.
No, you never
so we have one person that has a cold and another person taking a kid that has a cold. Awesome.
Pretty much.
Welcome to RSG. Sick gamers.
On the plus side, I just sliced one of my Han Solo mods on York's account and got speed 10 again. Yay!
Very nice.
It was a green showing 11. It's a blue showing 14 now.
Very nice. I had a blue showing 12 that I got to a purple showing 16, so I'm going to try to see one more time and see if I can get it to 20.
He's got a speed triangle with a fence primary. That speed went to 50.
You're talking about York, not our roster view, right? I just want to make sure.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just talking about York. Sorry, I'm going off.
I'm just making sure. I want to make sure everyone's clear.
Yes.
We go off track all the time. That's what we do. It's Monday. We ain't focused yet.
That's it. Step on my melon, man. Twisting my melon, man. No, what am I on about? I don't even know the lines of the song anymore.
So Mike is sick and delirious, apparently. Okay.
Yeah.
So taking a look at his mods, if you go to the filters and you sort by speed secondaries, your mods are a little bit scattered. So you have the Emperor Palpatine, which is fine, but he has your fastest mods. You really don't need your fastest mods on Emperor Palpatine. With the team that you're running, you're going to want a faster Thrawn. So there are some mods
Thrawn is a priority.
Yeah. I think you need to move some of your mods around. It's good to see that most of them are on your arena team, though. You have 121 speed crit damage triangle that you have on Jedi Training Rey, which may have been one from a slice, but also 2, not a huge issue for me because you're probably getting ready for Heroic Sith and modding your Phase 1 team, so that's fine. But most of them are on your arena team for the first, 6 mods. Then it gets very scattered. I see Tebow, Bosk, First Order Officer, Talzin, Han Solo, Vader, Hermit Yoda. So it looks like maybe you haven't remodded in a little while. Most of the mods that are not on the correct characters are on are gold mods in particular. So to me, that means that you were probably slicing and got some of these upgrades and just haven't remodded. So to help with your arena, I would definitely tell you to start remodding. You want your Thrawn to be your fastest. You want to get Scion fast. You want to get... Actually, for all of these characters except Palpatine, speed is very, very important. Vader is one where speed comes largely from his unique, so you may not need to make him the fastest. There's a good and bad to having him go first. But Palpatine, you want fast, but he also needs a lot of potency because you want those shocks to stick. You want that stun to stick. So getting potency on Emperor Palpatine is really important as well. The other ones, Thrawn, Nihilus, and Scion, can go a lot more on just base speed focus. Scion, you can increase damage a little bit. Nihilus, you can focus a little bit on health to help with the multiplier. So you have a few things here and there. But I think you've been slicing would be my guess, and that you need to just work on remodding a little bit now for your arena team, and I think it should be able to keep you consistently in the top 200, if not in the top 100, because your roster is good enough in order to get you there. So, yeah.
All right. So, I mean, work on those mods. Your team lineup is great. I mean, great lineup. I mean, a lot of really solid teams. It's really just here and there, maybe work on this or that. But I mean, other than that, generally speaking, you're great roster. I mean, you're more than ready for Heroic Sith and get your arena team a little bit better. I know not having Traya is kind of holding you back a little bit. You're working toward Revan. You're working toward Chewbacca. I mean, not much more else you can do, brother, than get your mods squared away a little bit. Get your characters remodded. Be your best bet. Follow what Finn said about the advice. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. I mean, do not change. This is how you want to get your roster to where it needs to be, and you've done it the right way. So, what else do we need to look at, Dr. Finn?
I think that covers it. So we looked over his Heroic Sith. We looked over his arena team. I think his team is fine until he gets Revan or Traya. I think he has pretty much the best team. It just requires a little bit of remodding. General roster review and ideas on who to focus. We already said kind of finish off your Old Republic, start working towards getting your Revan and all of that, which bounty it looks hunters, like you're already doing. Yep, and finish off your bounty hunters for the upcoming Chewie.
Keep farming Wampa.
And if you're in chat, Alarin, I know you're going to try and be available. So if you're in chat and you have any other questions, just let us know and we'll go ahead and answer them for you. Otherwise, I think it's time.
He's Zeta the right people. I mean, there's nothing. He's got a ton of Zeta, so.
Grande, get him into Heroic Sith now.
Yes.
This is your responsibility, Grande.
Stupid.
Okay?
Grande.
All right. So,
all right.
With that,
it's time for Weird News Monday.
Woo! Let's get your Monday started off right. It's a party. It's a news party. It's a party.
What?
It's a news party.
Be quiet, Phil. Okay. I'm trying to read.
I'm trying to do an intro song here, so that'll be alright.
No, that was bad. Artist creates giant Kanye West pumpkin for Christmas. Look at that thing. Oh no. An Ohio pumpkin artist turned some autumn art festive when she transformed a giant Kanye West God, I can't even read this. Kanye West pumpkin into a Christmas decoration. Jeanette Perez, the artist behind Paris Pumpkins, shared a video showing her Kanye West Christmas pumpkin, which is decked out in a sun hat reading, "Make pumpkins great again." Oh my God. We wish ye a Merry Christmas.
Paris it's not ye, it's yay. He be yay. It ain't Kanye, it's yay.
We wish ye a Merry Christmas.
Paris that'd be it.
The Kanye pumpkin
For Christmas is yay.
Oh, God. The Kanye pumpkin was originally decorated for fall, weighs in at 315 pounds. That's a big pumpkin. Look at that. You can just see it on there. Woo.
Christmas be about the yay, yo.
Yo. All right. Next story here.
I'm just wondering, was it Kanye or the pumpkin that was filmed interviewing or speaking with Trump then?
I mean,
that's his get out, isn't it? He could just say, "It wasn't me, dude. It was the pumpkin."
All right. Next one. Teenager rescued from inside abandoned bank vault. Oh my God. Police in Florida said a 17-year-old playing around in an abandoned bank ended up needing to be rescued from inside the former business's vault. Hollywood police said 2 teenagers entered the former Bank of America branch Wednesday, and one of them, a 17-year-old boy, ended up locked inside the vault around 1:30 p.m. Unfortunately, there were 2 juveniles that were playing around inside an abandoned bank, and they didn't know that the vault was still active. Hollywood police officer Christian Latta told WPLG-TV. While playing inside the vault, one of them got trapped inside, and luckily the other one was outside and was able to call 911. Police responded with the Hollywood Fire Department, a Broward Sheriff Fire Rescue Technical Rescue Team, and at least 2 private vault technicians to attempt to free the boy bank style, but an attempt to drill into the wall of the bank to reach the boy failed. Latta said the boy was released from the vault after more than 3 hours when a Bank of America employee from the branch's new location was able to come to scene and give authorities the combination to open the door. The teenager was released into custody of their parents. God.
And where did this happen? Only in Florida.
Hey, man.
Always.
What you want to do? Let's go play in that bank vault. That's a good idea.
Do you reckon EA are missing a trick here? If they turn around and said there's 1,000 crystals for any Galaxy of Hero player that can get them out, there would be a queue around the block of people waiting to get them out. There you go. There's a marketing idea for you, EA.
There you go. All right, next one. Let's see here. City threatens $50,000 fine for extravagant Christmas light show. Huh. A New Jersey couple said city officials told them that they would be charged $50,000 for continuing their 15-year tradition of extravagant Christmas light displays. Tom and Chris Apruzzi said they spend 3 months each year meticulously setting up more than 300,000 lights, decorating their Old Bridge home for the holidays, but officials are now trying to charge them $50,000 to continue the 15-year tradition. We had a meeting with the mayor and the chief of police the other night, and they bluntly told us that this is what you'll pay in order to put this Christmas light display on this year. The couple said they were told the cost, which amounts to $2,000 per day that the lights would be illuminated, would go towards police security and bus transportation to reduce the traffic that the light show brings each year. The approvers said they are trying to crowdfund to cover the cost, but they are planning to start the light show December 1st, whether or not they meet their goal. I'm not taking it down, Tom Apruzzi said. It's my religious right and my First Amendment right. I do this for the veterans and everything else like that. If people have a problem with that, I can't say anything about it. There are people that are going to be happy, and there are always people that are going to be unhappy. Really? The city mayor and people need to pull their head out of their ass. I mean, how do you have a problem with people bringing joy to the world? Golly.
Okay, so here, I have no issue. No. There is a legitimate reason. I have no issue with it, though. But here's the reason. These people make such elaborate displays that the streets of these areas get flooded. Like, there is no traffic movement or anything in that area, so people complain. Now, for me, it's one time a year. Just suck it up and get over it. But that is the complaint.
The traffic during the holidays is awful no matter where you go.
Yeah, but not in residential areas.
Oh, well,
that's what happens. Like, these people start parking in these residential areas. They block the streets. They take over. They actually, unfortunately, have, like, buses and stuff where people will plan trips to particular houses that they know that do these kind of things. And they have, like, massive excursions. It's awful. I understand the frustration, but seriously, it's for Christmas. It's actually a really nice thing, and you get a front row seat, so stop complaining.
Yes, just get off their back. Golly. I mean, people, in every city across the United States do these amazing house displays with lights and stuff, and the people just do it just to do it. They don't make any money off it or anything, So, God, I mean, that's one of the cool things I know people do is they go around and look at Christmas lights of houses and stuff. So, I mean, nothing extravagant as this, but they like to go down the streets that are all lit up and stuff. I mean, come on, holidays, damn Scrooges, leave them alone. All right. Ohio driver catches video of dangerous couch moving method. Okay. A shocked driver on Ohio road captured video of a couch being moved on top of an SUV. With a person perched atop the vehicle to hold it still. The video shows an SUV with a couch balanced on the roof and a person crouched on top of the vehicle, holding onto both the couch and the vehicle's roof rack. Filmer can be heard expressing shock at the scene, which unfolded on Gettysburg Avenue in Dayton. This is not real, the filmer said, but it is real. I feel like I'm being punked. I mean, if you gotta get, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. The audio is actually don't play because there's like an ad and stuff, so it's gonna cause all the issues. But it's literally just started. Look at this, y'all, and the couch is like back side is on the hood of the SUV, and the guy's just holding on to it. His leg kind of slips off the van a few times.
This is like out of the Family Guy version of Star Wars where Peter and Ryan are taking the couch.
I know. See, I told you. All we had to do.
The Falcon takes off, and they're still on the outside holding it so they can get. Look how much more comfortable we are now shooting stuff with this wonderful couch.
Yeah.
God. All right, last story. If it'll load, what's going on here? And apparently the last one. Oh, there we go. Chicken set loose inside 3 Alberta stores. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Security guards at an Alberta mall were caught on camera chasing after a loose rooster inside a store. And police said 2 similar incidents happened in the city. A video captured by a witness at the Park Place Mall in Lethbridge shows 3 security guards capturing a loose rooster inside the Spencer store. Witnesses said 3 people were spotted running out of the store just before workers spotted the chicken around 8 p.m. Police said Monday that 2 similar incidents had been reported involving chickens or roosters being set free by apparent pranksters inside both Lethbridge's Walmart stores. Can you imagine if Grande had been in this mall? Hey, all right, kids, we're going to go in here and get some clothes. Oh my God, the chickens! He would have grabbed their coat off the rack and chased them. Why is it this never happens near Grande? Why, Finn? Finn? Anybody? Anybody there?
It would help if I unmuted.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what the hell was going on there.
I was saying that the reason why Grande isn't there is because this is all part of a large chicken network orchestrated by Grande and the Dark Lord.
Oh.
That's why he's...
I could be right. And Skype disappeared. Amazing. Give me a sec, guys. Here we go again with this. Finn screwed it up. Hold on. And hopefully this works.
Watching him as he's trying to get back onto the Skype.
What's going on?
You're back!
Yeah.
It was Grim. Grim joined and Skype exploded.
Yeah. All right, so that's enough of that crap. All right, that was the news. And we had technical issues because of Stupid Grande and Finn and Grim and everybody else. Hi, Grim.
How's it going?
Grim the Mechanic is here, folks. Peace on earth and goodwill toward men and all that other jazz. All right, I think it's time to do some questions. What do you guys think?
All right, I think we can do some questions. I'm starting to bring them up right now.
Okay.
All right. Oh, yeah, Monday.
Sorry, I was doing one of my battles. I've just remembered.
One of my battles.
18 minutes till payout, so... Yeah.
All right.
I must admit, switching out Jolie and Hermit Yoda for Chewbacca and Bastilla makes a real wrecking crew with a Revan lead. Really does. It's fun. Question time. Woo-hoo.
So, let's go. First question, Nathaniel Morgan. Oh, but Grande's not here. Yeah, Nathaniel Morgan had a question for Lord Grande. But we can answer it, I think. Yeah. I still need Mark V furnaces after 2 years of playing this game. Shouldn't I get more rewards for posting a 0 in Rancor? I am fine on furnaces. I need freaking droid collars like it's nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an issue with furnaces anymore. So, if you only need furnaces and you don't need droid collars, then I would say congratulations to you.
You win life.
All right, next question is from Camille Buhalski. Question,
That's Grande calling you. That's Grande calling you saying, why are you making fun of me?
Let's see who it is. Let's answer it together.
Thank you, Faye.
Hello? Hello, you're live on RSG. Who is this? Oh, they're not answering. Okay. I tried.
Stage fright.
You're live on RSG, and they were like, what the
I tried. Okay, so next question is from Camille Buhalski in question. Just unlock Traya. How can I beat Revan teams? Is Fallen Bastila the answer? Will 5-star Traya do the work? Who wants to take this?
Well,
what was the question again?
Will 5-star Traya work to beat Revan, and if so, what are the teams? Is it Fallen Bastila? He's trying to figure out how to beat Revan teams with Traya.
Ah, okay.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, mine's 5-star, and I've beaten Revan teams with Bastila on there. It's really tough if you don't have her, though.
I mean, Fallen Bastila is a counter, but it's not a hard counter, so it's not really the answer. You will drop a lot because it can be easily beaten. Traya, I mean, you just have to have her with a ton of health and protection, and it's about the speed of your other characters to try to. It's about your surviving as best you can, if she can at all, and then trying to, use Palpatine to weaken them to where you can start getting easy kills. That's basically what it comes down to. I mean, the longer you can get your trader to survive, the better you have it at winning. So, I mean, you need a ton of protection on her. But Fallen Bastila can help, but it's not a be-all, end-all thing. So, but the one thing you can do is run, your Traya with a ton of health and protection. Especially at 5-star, she needs it even more. So you're going to be your best bet. And then try to get your Thrawn as fast as humanly possible. Anybody else?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's more about mods than the stars than anything. Now, the stars help in order to improve some of the stats, but really it's just more about your mods.
Pretty much.
All right, and then follow-up question. Then Camille Bohosky question, and should I get FNBS to 4-star with the pack?
only if you're going to use her a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no point of getting her if you're not going to be using her in your team consistently. That's the way I kind of look at it. I mean, if you're going to use a character a ton and it's part of your plan, then yeah, then get her. Get her to 4 stars. It's no problem with her whatsoever. But if you're not, then don't invest the funds. Oh, great. I'm capped out on mods again.
You've been like that for a while. Okay, next question is from who? Question mark. Question. Bosk, Boba, Dengar, Greedo, IG-88. What are the must-have Zetas for that team?
Bosk. That's
it.
Boss lead.
That's it. You don't
even need the second on Bosk. You only need the boss lead. Everything else is just for extra giggles. So, yeah. Ski Trooper question. What is the less RNG dependent Wampa based heroic AAT solo team, Vader or Akbar lead? Honestly, I've tried both of them. If you start in like the middle of phase 2, I have zero issue. I can't get the full solo with that team because I just don't have the speed mods that I want to switch on to that team in order to solo it. Because you need some like ridiculous speeds on that team in order to actually solo it. I don't know which one is less RNG dependent because it's all based on mods so much. I can't even get some of them to solo.
I posted a 29 million yesterday with the Akbar lead.
Was it? It wasn't so that's not a full solo then, right? That's like phase 2.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I've only, ashamedly maybe, I've only ever soloed it once, and I'm pretty sure that was the Akbar lead Wampa.
Yeah,
like
the solo is not easy.
No, it's that first phase. Counting to 7's difficult for me.
I'll tell you what I've been doing actually lately, which is the first phase I use just CLS and Han, and as it gets down to about 10%, I'll escape CLS. And then I can put CLS on my Vader team, and then I can do the Vader team, and I usually wait until about halfway through, because that's usually the safest. So halfway through phase 2. So all I lose out on is about the half of phase 2. But I can solo phase 1 with CLS and Han, and then I can do the rest of it after. But it's hard to solo it without the right mods and stuff.
Yeah, I've been trying to do it with the Thrawn lead and young Han. That squad. But yeah, it like you say, it's tricky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was a discussion about heroic AAT. And the question was about soloing it and which one is less RNG dependent. I don't think either of them is very highly RNG dependent. They're highly mod dependent more than anything else. So, yeah. Okay. Next question is from Billy Gunn. Question: what Omegas should be prioritized for Ewoks if we do indeed need them for C-3PO? You know what? I haven't put... I don't remember what all the Omegas are because I haven't put a lot of them on there. So let's go through some of them really quick. Let's assume that you're going with the main squad, right? So let's go Chirpa, Ewok Elder, Paplu, Wicket, and you can go either Ewok Scout or Logray. Let's go Logray because I like Logray a little bit better. So
I'm not even gonna try.
So Chirpa. You don't need it, but it helps to get the Zeta, but you don't need it. So Chirpa technically wouldn't need anything on his leader. You can if you want to. His Tribal Unity, his special, is the one where all Ewoks assist. So that one, you do want to put the Omega on because it gets you 4 Ewoks instead of 2 that are attacking, plus it reduces the penalty. So
and the Ancestral Secrets isn't too bad.
Exactly. So that one also does a heal over time. It increases the duration plus an extra 5% heal. So that one is nice. And ignore the basic on that one. So Chief Chirpa, his special, and both of his specials are the ones that you want a unique on. Do you want to take a look at Ewok Elder, Mike, and see which one he needs on those?
Yeah.
And I'll take a look at Logray next. We'll do... Okay, so I have Logray up. So Logray on his Prophetic Visions special gives advantage and offense up. it's nice, but it's not the critical part of the ability. The critical part is the turn meter gain. So I would say that one, you don't have to Omega. It's a nice one if you're going to use him a lot too, especially if you want to use him in territory wars for attacks. But otherwise, you don't have to do that one. And his other one, his Hypnotize, the Zeta reduces cooldown and reduces turn meter. So his Hypnotize, you do want the Omega. And his basic has an Omega where if an Ewok ally calls Logray to assist, they also gain Tenacity Up. Tenacity Up, we don't know whether or not it's going to be important for this. It may or may not. Under Chirpa, you're definitely going to get Logray assisting Chirpa and that kind of stuff. So it may be important, but for now, I would hold off on that one. So basically, for Logray, you're looking at just the Hypnotize as the Omega that you would need.
For Elder, I would say the only one you really need is the Tribal Healer, which gives plus 5% revive chance, plus 5% heal, and plus 5% revive health. The basic adds 10% turn meter for non-Ewok allies. You're running Ewoks, so that doesn't really do anything. It adds damage as well, but let's face it, Ewok Elder doesn't really hit that hard, so it's just making a limp slap a little less limp. And Power of the Forest cooldown is reduced by 1. The cooldown on it is 7. And 15% turn meter gain chance. Again, nah. So personally, Ewok Elder, just the Tribal Healer. So only one Omega on him.
All right. Then for Paplu, so if you want to take a look at Wicket next, Mike, and I'm going to talk about Paplu. So Paplu's unique has a Zeta, where again, I don't know if you want to invest to Zeta. You can try to avoid it. He regains protection, so it's again good if you're doing territory wars and because of the protection recovery, but not something you would really need. So I wouldn't bother with that. Galvanized, his Omega gives 3% extra turn meter gain and reduces the cooldown of his Galvanized ability from 5 to 4 turns. It calls to assist another target, and so it's a good one to have. So his Galvanize, I think, is one that you would want. His Diversion reduces the cooldown on his Taunt by 1 turn. So both his specials, I would say you need. And his basic is similar to Logray's, where if he's called to assist, he gives a buff. That one I would hold off on until we really, really know. The defense buff, again, is nice, but it's going to be somewhat minimal in comparison. So for Paplu, his Diversion and his Galvanize, his 2 specials, you can Omega. You don't have to Zeta his Don't Hold Back, his unique. But it can be good if you plan on utilizing Paplu outside of just whatever event is coming. And again, by the way, we don't know that it's Ewok, so don't go ahead and start putting Omegas on different things. We don't want you guys putting Omegas on things before we actually know what the hell is actually going to happen. So,
well, that and the fact that they knowing CG, they might be like 2 weeks after that. Surprise! You wasted all your resources on this. Here's a panic farm for Malik or the new Revan.
Probably,
just like they did with Chewie.
All right, how does Wicket look, Mike? Which ones would you?
For Wicket, I think the only one I would say would be worth it is Forest Ambush. It reduces the cooldown, and there's a plus 5% turn meter gain. And Forest Ambush is his AOE, deal physical damage to all enemies. Ewok allies with the Omega gain 10% turn meter for each critical hit scored. So that's just keeping the engine running, isn't it? It's just feeding. I mean, that's what they work off of, is the synergy and the turn meter gains and everything. So yeah, personally, just the AOE. The other 2 are giving abilities. So his basic Inquisitive Jab, the Omega. If an Ewok ally calls Wicket to assist, they also gain critical chance up for 2 turns. Okay, I mean, it's nice, and the Guerrilla Strike is if the target ally is an Ewok, Wicket and the target ally gain critical damage up for 2 turns. So, I mean, it's giving them additional abilities or boosting their abilities, whatever, but non-essential, I would say.
Okay, so I think
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question for Mike, actually. Should I Gear 12 Bosk or Gear 12 L337? Because they both take the exact same gear to go.
Oh, no, you see, I personally, and also being part of the Bounty Hunters Guild, I would have to go Bosk there. I think that out of the two, your Houndstooth is going to appreciate him going to Gear 12. Your Bounty Hunters are, and yeah, I think. How much do you use L3? I mean, L3 is great, but how much do you use? Well, I suppose you could say the same for the Bounty Hunters, but I'm using the Bounty Hunters wherever I can at the moment because I'm doing all their contracts. But yeah, I think bang for buck, Bosk first.
Cool.
All right, let's go to the next question. And the next question is Bing Skymaster. Question, not going to get Logray for ages. Who should I use instead, Tebow or Scout? Scout is the better one. Tebow ends up kind of just not fitting in right now with the Chirpa lead. You could do Tebow lead. That's the one I've been favoring for the events that have been coming for the Ewoks, like with the Wicked event and all that. But yeah, if you're running Chirpa lead, Tebow kind of ends up sitting out. Nathaniel Morgan question. I'm running Mace in Fleet. Should I put on my tinfoil hat and max him out, hoping for a rework, or stick with Gear 11? Gear 11.
That's all you need.
Yeah. Don't go Gear 12ing Mace yet. I mean, you can. He's not a huge gear farm anyways. Luckily, he's one of the easier characters to Gear 12 after all things. But I wouldn't jump the gun hoping for a rework.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're really up for wasting resources, go full Gear 12 Plus on Mace.
The other thing, too, is that you're using him in Fleet. So if you think it'll help you to get to Gear 12, like that extra speed difference and all of that, then you can take him. Because you said you're running him in Fleet, which changes just kind of the overall Mace thing. So just depends on where you are, too. If you can see a difference in your Fleet arena, then definitely take him to Gear 12. But if you're doing it just for the rework, then no, I would wait. Hellenix question. I have Vader's tie, Imperial tie, tie Reaper, tie Silencer, Kylo Shuttle, and both First Order ties. Rey's Falcon, Poe, Boba. You basically given like every single ship. God, level 85 with Gear 11, 12 pilots. Which combo of these ships should I focus on making my Fleet Arena squad? Starters, reinforcements. I hate ships. God. So the stuff that I don't see are Ghost, Phantom, and the Geonosians. So I don't see any of the bugs. So you're kind of restricting what you can do, actually. So you're probably going to want to run Chimera with Biggs, TIE Advanced, Imperial TIE with TIE Reaper, Poe, Slave 1, and what are his other ships? Let's see. He has Poe, Slave 1, TIE Reaper, and I don't see Sunfac, which is one ship that I would have wanted. TIE, it would be probably then the TIE Silencer for the stun when he comes in. That would probably be the starting lineup I would go with. Next question, Doji-san. All right, it's hard to follow, I know, because we don't see all of his ships. Next question, Doji-san. In preparing for Revan, I have geared up Jolee. What is the best use for Jolee without Revan?
Mothballs.
You can use him in a Bastila team. You don't have to use Mermaid Yoda.
But usually Bastila is on the Revan team, isn't she?
But he doesn't have Revan yet, so he's trying to figure out how he can use Jolee basically up until Revan.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I must have missed that part of the question.
Yeah, so you can put him on the Bastila team, and in like Territory Wars, for example, Jolee is annoying because he still gets that res, and so you can always recover some of your Jedi as a result of just Jolee being on the team, and then you can use Hermit Yoda on another team potentially. So that would be where I would go. Nathaniel Morgan, question for CG Finger J 1999. How come once C-3PO is confirmed, Paploo stopped showing up in the guild store? Did you nerf Ewok drop rates?
I haven't seen him at all, so let the conspiracy theory commence.
You prayed to the wrong RNGesus. That's all I got.
In the guild store?
Yeah.
That's where he shows up, yeah.
Farm Paploo with Cantina Energy. That's all I got to say. Okay. Helenix, question for Finn, who lived as a slave boy on Tatooine. The only human who could pod race was he.
I'm confused.
Is this supposed to be a song? I'm just trying to say.
What is Voltron?
No, I'm. He has the music notes there, so I think you're supposed to read this in the verse of SpongeBob. So, oh, who lived as a slave boy on Tatooine? Farm boy Luke.
No. Oh, sorry.
The only human who could pod race was he. Fun. If killing some younglings be something you wish, then just go become a Darth Lord of the Sith. Jedi Knight Anakin, Jedi Knight Anakin, Jedi Knight Anakin. Right. All right. Sith Lord 72 question: with Grand Arena coming soon, how concerned are you on the amount of time needed to play the game each day continues to increase? Do you think CG would address this? Yes, they have. That's what the quality of life stuff is. They have constantly introduced things, and yeah, they're constantly introducing things in order to help with the time frame. And so if you try to help with that, then they'll do something eventually. Now, it's hard to reduce the time needed if they keep on adding new things to the game, but everyone wants new things to the game. It's just it increases the time that you play. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. So you just kind of have to give them time. They'll find ways to reduce time on other things and increase time in other areas. So just give it time, but I think, yes, they do spend time on quality of life things and reducing time.
I don't know. I didn't ask for Grand Arena. Did you?
No, I asked for a sandbox mode, but that's a whole different thing. All right. Next question is from Strum and says, question, if the leaks are correct, are they going to, and they bring out Mythic Raid, could C-3PO be the reward? Yes, that is possible. So they could add another tier to Rancor, for example, call it a Mythic, and give you the rewards that are for Heroic, plus end up giving you a C-3PO reward at the higher level. So that is a possibility. Next question from Chewy. Question, what do you think C-3PO will be? Legendary Journey Marquee. Will you need Chewy? Who will the faction be? So I was thinking about this, right? So I think he's going to be a legendary for sure. He's either going to need Ewoks or Jawas would be my guess. And so that's kind of the first part, right? Then will you need Chewy? So the will you need Chewy part is interesting because part of me thinks that they're going to troll us with the C-3PO and Chewy piloted Falcon.
I mean, if we're going that route, surely the main person he needs is Anakin.
It's true.
Because Anakin actually built him. Surely. Or have I got that wrong?
No.
I mean, I'm willing to take, but I would have thought Jedi
little
Knight
Anakin built him.
Well, yeah. Little Anakin built him and then left him naked on Tatooine.
That's
yeah,
true.
So you need Anakin and Vader.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
But I don't know. It'll be. I think he's going to be a legendary. It would be surprising if he was a marquee, and it doesn't make sense for him to be a journey. Although you could get like Red Arm C-3PO later on as part of his journey or something. That would be awful. But yeah, and will you need Chewie for him? Probably not. But you might need him for something else, like a triple pilot Falcon with C-3PO, or even a quad pilot potentially with Han, Chewie, R2, and C-3PO. You know what? Make it 6. Throw in Farm Boy Luke and Old Ben too. Let's just have the whole party in the Millennium Falcon. They won't give us just one with Han and Chewie. They'll give us everyone.
And Senator Organa, because he rescued him as well.
The only ship in the game that needs 15 characters to pilot it.
Yeah, exactly.
And none of them are Han or Chewie.
That would be the greatest part. C-3PO, R2, Old Ben, and Farm Boy Luke are the pilots of the ship. What about Chewie and Han? Oh no, they don't get a ship yet.
And you'll need CLS too.
Yeah, they've adapted the
CLS will be a
Falcon.
pilot.
The Millennium Falcon is now a drone and requires no piloting. Don't.
All right. Star Rocks 923 Lego question: do you think Falcon Legendary would require Xanadu Blood or Punishing One Houndstooth? Also, please let Grim know that Rancor is now open for joining Zero Damage.
Yeah, I already signed up.
As for what you would need, Punishing One. We don't.
That's
Dengar's ship.
Yeah, we don't have that yet. I mean,
that's what he's saying, isn't it?
Well, Xanadu Blood is in the game, so it makes sense. So I do think they might require bounty hunters, the same way we had to use bounty hunters in order to track down the regular Chewie, that we would use bounty hunter ships to get Millennium Falcon. The problem is we don't have that ship.
I think he's mistaking the name of Punishing One for the IG-2000, IG-88's ship.
Okay. So in that case, I think it is possible, but again, we haven't seen this ship released to free to play. This would be the right time frame where they would announce it now, and then they would release it 2 weeks later for the event. So yeah, it's possible that they would need IG-2000. Yep, I would say yes. I think you might need those 3 plus whatever you want in reinforcements, but your forced starting lineup has to be those 3. I can definitely see that.
I think it'll be like Grande said last Wednesday, I think it was, where he thinks it'll probably end up being all the ships or any of the ships with the cargo ship tag. Because that would be logical, wouldn't you think?
It could be. Let me see which ones have the cargo ship, because I think they're fairly. The problem is they're fairly common ships now. So it's the Lando Millennium Falcon, the original, the episode 8 or episode 7 Millennium Falcon, Phantom 2, Ghost, Slave 1, and Houndstooth. I mean, everything except the Lando Millennium Falcon and the Houndstooth have been here basically since the beginning of ships, right? So I think by this time everyone will have had all of the ships. So it would be somewhat surprising to me if in fact it was like every cargo ship, because I think it would be a little bit too easy, but that would just be my guess. But we'll have to see. It could be, again, be a difficult
what it was
one.
for Chewie, though, when you think about it. It was a bunch of bounty hunters that had already been in the game. If you didn't have those starred up and geared up, it was your own fault.
Yep. So that's what they may do. They may increase the difficulty of different things like that. All right. Next question, John Davies' question. My guild won our territory war this month. We haven't won one in ages. Thanks to CG. How did you guys get on? So ours was interesting. We faced somebody that had beaten us twice before. The matchup was even. Their guild only has 46 people, and we only queued up with 45. So we did have a even matchup in terms of the GP, and we ended up winning. So that was our territory war. How about yours, Grim?
I guess Grim doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, Grim doesn't want to talk. How about you, Ranger?
Yeah, we won. I mean, the only one we lost this, the
bros, right?
Yeah, and they were very smart about what they did. So, but yeah, that's been the only one. They've all been evenly matched. So, but no problem with territory wars.
All right, Mike, how did your territory war go?
I was muted, sorry. Oh, mate. We lost by 94, I think it was. Yeah, but I've got to say, the matchmaking for the last two have been really good. Really good.
Yeah. Only the last one, though, did have the update, so it was only this one. So.
Oh, okay.
They just changed it for that one. So.
It was close.
So keep in mind, though, it's only one sample so far. So just be open, be ready to look to see if I know a lot of people are saying it's good, which is fine, but it's only been one sample. So wait for it to kind of work through. Hopefully it does maintain this kind of evenness with their setup. So, all right. Next question for Michael Longmead. Question for the Phase 3 Aura Sing team: is the Nest Zeta optional or is it necessary? It's optional.
I think that one's the optional one.
Yeah, because all you
auras
need is
that's needed.
Yeah, she just needs to eat damage. That's pretty much it. She doesn't have to ignore taunt and stuff. Actually, there's no taunting lightsaber anyways, but so it's not really gonna provide a huge benefit. You can get the stacking health steal, which does increase her survival a little bit. So it may be nice to get it, but I don't think it's necessary as long as you make her really, really slow and really tanky. Next question is, let's see, where am I? So I finished that one, and that one, and okay. So we're here. Where am I? I lost my place. Helenix, question for Finn regarding the people calling you when you said you're live on RSG. Were they two chicken guys? There were chickens. Oh God. No, it had nothing to do with chicken. They didn't answer. They just got afraid. They ran away. They don't want to be live on RSG. Sad. Eric Estrella, question for Ranger. How's your KOTOR farming going, and how are you farming them daily?
All right, give me a second here to finish this battle, and I'll tell you it's going well. All right, I got victory here.
Man, it sounds like everybody's dying on the stream today. Mike's sick. Ranger's coughing up a lung. I'm sick.
I'm perfectly fine. Hooray!
It's all Finn's fault.
All right, so you can see that I've got just the 3 left. Basilisk 12 and done. Jolie's 2 pieces away from 12 and done. He's 7 stars. So really it's T3 Zalbar, who's 16 out of 100, and Mission, who's 29 out of 100. I'm finishing Mission first, and then I'm fully into Zalbar, and I will always go in and do both his his ships and his regular battles. Now I've already done my 600 for the day, so I'll wait till like 1:30 for that's when my guild event switches over, and then I'll go in and knock out a ton of these to where he'll be done for the day, and I get energy towards that. So I'm farming both 3 sea and fleet battles and 5 and light, and then Mission is the one I'm finishing up right now for 7 stars. To get her to 7 stars. She's the tougher of the 2 between her and T3. It takes longer to get, so I'm working on her because T3 is just 10, she's like 16, so it's like, damn it. So I'm working on her, so it's going good. I should be done here within 2 weeks at the current rate that I'm going on with them 7 stars, at the rate I'm using crystals and stuff, so it's going good. I use 1 refresh a day, and I'm getting about 8 to 10 of her a day, so I could push it a little bit harder, but once she's done, then in T3 it will be a breeze, because with the refresh I use for Cantina, he'll be done. So yeah, I'll be solid for when the event comes back around, whenever it comes back around for Revan. So yeah, and that's kind of how I did it. Nice. I mean, that's how I did it. I mean, I did Basila first, finished her, then I went to Jolie, and I farmed both of his nodes, both his fleet and his regular node. It made it go by faster, and now that he's done, I'm doing the same thing for Zalbar. That's kind of how you want to do it. T3 and Mission, use one Cantina refresh, and I mean, you can't help RNG, but on the overall, then I mean, it just makes it go by quicker. And I'm doing it different. I've been leapfrogging, so I took 2-3 to 5, then I took Mission to 5, then I took 2-3 to 6, and now I'm doing Mission to I did Mission to 6, and then I'm just going to keep going Mission until I get her to 7 stars. So there you go.
All right. Next question. What else? 73 question. Mike, I hope you feel better, especially if there's wand play coming soon.
Yeah, so do I. Normally when one plays in session, I'm enjoying it, and I need to feel better for that.
Yeah, because Michael Longmead asks, when sick, is it difficult for Mike to properly pronounce the name of his spells?
Oh, most definitely. I was actually trying to Google some funny phrases to give him because I love that question, and I failed miserably. Fat thumbs and cold.
The simple answer is Wingardium Leviosa, not Wingardium Leviosa.
No. You got it all wrong. It's Leviosa.
Yeah, just for a visual reference, Ron Weasley when he's wands taped. That's kind of the scenario. Yeah,
gotcha.
You don't want to be waving that around or saying the spells, incantations with those results. Yeah.
All right.
Boots
Question.
The size of an elephant end up tiny because they're the size of an element. No! Where'd they go?
Michael House question. I just got a health triangle with crit chance primary with 21 speed. Who's a good tune to put that on? Thrawn.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Thrawn.
Yoda.
Yeah, you could put it on Yoda. Yeah, characters that need speed. For the ones that really need to be fast, you don't really pay attention too much to the other stats. So yeah.
Ewok Elder. It's health as well. It'll boost his health, so he'll heal better and quicker.
Yeah. Let's see. Next question. We have 2 more questions here. Question from David Bond. Question: what is the possibility that C-3PO is a reward from Grand Arena? Equally as likely as it needing Ewoks or Jawa or anything else, because nobody knows anything.
Yep, your guess is as good as ours.
It could be part of Grand Arena. It could be part of Mythic Raid. It could be a legendary. It could end up just shocking us and becoming a marquee. It could need Ewoks. It could need Jawas. It could need Imperial Troopers. There's a lot of possibilities on how they could potentially do C-3PO. They may even do something weird where you get C-3PO shards in the same event as the Millennium Falcon. So your Millennium Falcon and your C-3PO, you get both of them at the same time. I mean, they can do a lot of different things with this. So the possibility is the same as everything else. There you go. So Blackbeard Premium question: who would you use to beat Night Sister team with Nest? You can use Imperial Troopers, but you need to make sure that your Death Trooper dazes Nest.
Yep.
If your Death Trooper does not get a daze on Nest, you are effed. It's pretty much that simple. You don't see Traya teams as much on defense as you get higher up. You do start to see more Night Sisters with Nest. So you can also put your Imperial Troopers with Thrawn and use a Fracture or a turn meter swap in order to get Death Trooper to go and focus more heavily on potency on your Death Trooper so that you can actually hit that daze on Nest. So there's a few different ways you can do it, but I still think Imperial Troopers are probably the best base counter for you to do that. The other thing also potentially is you can Imperial Probe Droid Nest. Zombie won't res Nest. So if you wanted to do it potentially in different phases, right, you can Imperial Probe Droid Nest, and then make sure that you don't do anything so Daka doesn't accidentally res it, and you can time out that attack. So only the 4 Night Sisters remain, and then you can take in a squad of Night Sisters or Imperial Troopers and clear out, and then you don't have to worry about the days.
Yeah, I mean, you could go with the 4 Troopers on offense and then just bring in Imperial Probe Droid and then rock and roll.
Or you can do what I do and bring Imperial Troopers and just throw Rex on there. Bye-bye days.
Wait, what? We're not worried about the days on our team. We're worried about the days on Nest.
Well, you should be worried about the days on your team.
You can, but yeah. But if you can stop Nest early, then
Troopers, you don't want days on them because then they lose their turn meter.
Yeah, I know, but you also need days on.
And they also lose like their assisting and stuff, especially if you use Range Trooper.
Yeah. All right, and then I think that's the last question. Let me refresh really quick just to see if anything else came. Not seeing anything, so that's it for questions.
Oh, I have a question. Okay. Why do cherry cough drops not taste like cherries?
Because you're sick and your tongue has different taste. Mm-hmm.
Curly Grande says it's because it's artificially flavored.
Ah.
But the artificial flavor does taste like cherry.
No.
Um,
She agrees with Grim. It doesn't taste right. It doesn't taste like regular.
Yeah, because
it tastes like cherry to me.
She just said real cherries taste better, way better, right?
Well, the real deal always tastes better.
So what is her definition of real cherries? Is she talking about cherry cherries or maraschino cherries?
Wait, the super red ones we get out of the jar, or the ones on the stem we buy in the vegetables and the fruit part in the front produce. The fruit ones. Okay. She likes the fruit ones with the stem and the pit, right?
Okay. So those are the better ones, but they flavor it after the jar ones.
Yeah, these don't taste like the jar ones. These ones taste like
medicine.
Like,
that's
not exactly the word I'd use. It tastes like shit. It's what they taste like.
Totally Grande is listening. Grim, watch your mouth.
Tell him why'd you say a bad word.
Okay, sorry. They taste like poop.
Tell him my young ears have never heard such foul language.
I don't believe
we
that.
know what lightsaber you own. Don't give us that.
She gave me the one eyebrow up, one eyebrow down. She's like, what?
Aww, I'm sorry.
No, she's on your side, Grim. She's like, I hear him say it all the time. It doesn't matter.
Father cusses quite a lot.
He has a lightsaber he plays with my brother with, and that says it all the time.
But you told me before
your daddy's
you don't like it when we say that kind
driving?
of stuff, do you? She doesn't like it when we say that kind of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's why you have your lightsaber say it.
Nah, we changed that to the kid-friendly version. Where is this lady? We changed it to the kid-friendly version.
That wasn't always the case, Grande.
It wasn't. It didn't start out with the kid-friendly version.
we got that live.
Yeah, it didn't start out with the kid-friendly version.
Oh my God,
that's true. That's true.
I think that's all the questions, right?
Yep.
All right, let's talk about the ACS stuff there, Dr. Finn.
All right, so we have a link in the description of the video to go to the RSG webpage or the Tiltify page or our American Cancer Society page. All three links are available, so if you guys can please go there and support us. We are starting to mail out the wristbands now, so be on the lookout for those if you guys did order them. We have 200 of those available, so if you guys want one of the official RSG wristbands, I am getting ready to mail them out actually tomorrow. So, yeah. And go there, look at a lot of the challenges, the polls, the rewards. There's all kinds of fun things you guys can donate to.
Yeah, where are we with the overall Tiltify?
We are at $1,651.
All right.
So we are on our way to the 15,000.
And remember, on December 15th, we got our big show we're doing to raise the money, right?
Yes, we do. We will be playing games pretty much all day. We'll have a lot of giveaways and stuff. So please join us for that.
All right. And we've got Warrior. He's giving up a Zeta. We got all kinds of great stuff on there, guys. So please check out the Tiltify you have and get ready for the 15th because we got a long way to go to get that 15,000. Guys, chickens. All right, and if you're watching this, make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video. If you haven't done it, stop what you're doing right now. Go give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, so you know when we're doing more live stream. We're going to have a lot of live stream this week. Not today because it's Monday and I've got a buttload of schoolwork to do. Maybe we'll do some Heroes of the Storm in the Discord later. We've been playing around and hanging out with everybody. If you did not check out Saturday, we did a Heroes of the Storm. At the end, I decided to be the broadcaster as Harry Carey for the match between Tits and Finn. It was hilarious. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. We did our D&D campaign yesterday.
I think she's still hiding behind people.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But we got a lot of stuff like that we do during the week. We'll do some more Battlefront this week. I'm absolutely in love with Geonosis, and I'm having a blast playing Knavi and Grievous. So that's been fun. So we'll do some more of that this week. Tomorrow we got the gaming weekly gaming session where they'll pick a game and then we'll do that. And then Wednesday's our big show, the big weekly Star Wars Galaxy Hero show. And then Saturday is a Jedi Academy. So tons of stuff going on, guys. Best way to know about it is to subscribe. Make sure you check out our Patreon and other things. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping by. We really appreciate it. And come join our Discord if you haven't already. Come hang out with us anytime you like. So have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.